Hello guys, welcome back to Build Your Own R2D2. This is Horlicks and I've just received my delivery. I'm a little bit disappointed because obviously I subscribed and I did tick the box that I'd received the binders, but for some reason I've only had the one, which is the one you get as a free gift at the beginning, and I haven't had any since. So I did speak to them on the phone about 2 or 3 weeks ago. They assured me there was one coming out to me and it'll be with my next delivery, if not sooner. My delivery's come, still no binder. So I've got, you know, a little wad of magazines that I've got a folder for, and yeah, so I'm gonna have to contact them or email them or something at some point over the next few days. But yeah, I've got issue 30 to 34. Sorry, 30 to 33. Obviously, when you get 4. And in this delivery, I received some free gifts. Now, I'm still waiting for the cap. I don't know if anyone else has had that yet. And I believe it was the mug as well, which I'm still waiting for. If you remember, we had 2 letters in them to say that there was a problem and we wouldn't get them. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But I have received the free gift today, which is a sealed notebook and a pen with a R2D2 that goes up and down in there like that. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that is what I have been given in this this package today. So without further ado, let's take a look at issue 30. I think these are going to be a bit more involved, and I'm quite excited because we're going to get like the leg done. So I believe by the end of this we should have one leg ready to go and connect to the motherboard or wherever it's going to connect to. So yeah, let's crack on. Okay, so here we go. There is quite a lot to do in this one. You've got the instructions at the back as normal, but it's split into 2 separate ones. So you've got fitting the motor and wiring, and then you've got fitting the leg casings and everything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 pages we need to do. It's actually, it shouldn't take too long, but we'll see how we go. So for the first part, we're going to need the bits that came with this magazine, which is the drive motor, which we've got there, and then we've got some cable ties that they supplied with that also, and then bits we're going to need from previously are this red, yellow and orange cable that we had previously. One's got a slightly bigger end than the other. This cable, which is all multicoloured, you've got, well, there's 2 lots in one. You've got a black, green and blue one side, and on the other side again you've got a yellow, red and orange, and then they go into a nice big connector there. So we're going to need that as well. And for that part, that is all we're going to need, and obviously the leg itself that we've been working on. I've put a bit of sellotape over that to keep the bearing in. So yeah, without further ado, let's crack on. And get this this started. So right, so we're going to need 4 10 millimeter long screws, which are These are long silver ones. Oh, I forgot to mention we're going to need a tape measure as well for some of the wiring shortly. So we're going to need 4 of the really long screws, long silver ones that we were given in issue 28, I think it was. Okay, so the first thing, I'm going to remove my sellotape so the bearing doesn't fall out. Okay, and then all we need to do is slip the motor in. It'll only go in one way because of the shape of the ends. Okay, so slot that in, and then that should line up with these 2 screws here, screw holes there, and the 2 obviously either side of that motor, the bearing even, should I say. So that pops on there just like so, and then we fasten that with these 4 long screws in each corner. So I'm just going to lightly put them in just to line this up. So that's 1, 2, 3 there, and then 4 just there. So that's secured nicely. Now it's worth mentioning the wheel doesn't actually move with that engaged because, oh, I see it does, sorry. You can just see the top of the motor moving there. But I'm not going to play around with that too much because I don't want to damage that. Okay, so now once that's fitted, secure all that down, and then we need to run some cables now. So we're going to need the multicoloured cable first. Which is sort of separated. It's got 2 wires sort of built into one there. So yeah. What we're going to be doing is connecting the larger connector to this motor. Carefully. Now I believe this will be removed again later on, but we need to connect that just like so, and then we need to feed. Oh, so yeah, we need to feed the smaller ends under this piece of plastic that we fitted a lot earlier on. Okay. And bring that down there like so. Now the next part we're going to need just this plain red, orange and yellow cable. And then what we need to do, you've got a large and a small socket on there. Okay, so we want to put the larger plug up under here as well. So the larger plug is up the top. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, we need some cable ties now. So don't secure these all the way down just yet. I'll explain more in a minute. But I'm just going to get these started. So on this metal, you can see there's some holes for the cable tie to slide through, like so. Okay, so I'm just gonna connect the cable ties just so that it keeps it in place. I'm not going to tighten it all the way just yet. And I'm going to do that for all of these. And I'll obviously tighten it up properly. Soon. Okay, there we go. So we should have 4 of these. Okay, so the next job is we need to make sure. I'm going to slide this down. From this first cable tie here to the end of just the yellow, orange and red cable, we need 13.5 millimeters. Sorry, no, 135 millimeters free. So this is where we need the tape measure. So 135 is there. So from the position of that first cable tie, we want 135. So for me, that is there. Let me just double check that. It's a little bit awkward, but we'll get there. I'm actually going to do it a tad more, just, you know, like literally 2 millimeters. So when you're happy that that's done, okay. We want to push this wire end down and tuck it just underneath the back of the motor there, but leave a little bit of slack here. You don't want to strain the plug. Hang on, I'm just going to straighten this, swap them over like so. So yeah, I'm just going to push that down like that, tighten that up a bit more. I'm just going to double check the length again. Before I tighten that up, which is there. Okay, and then tighten that up, and then just smarten these wires up. I'm going to pull these through now. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab my scissors cut those cable ties back. Careful you don't cut any wires, obviously. There we go. I'm just going to double check this last time. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so then we should end up with that. So we'll have a couple of plugs. You've got the motor plugged in. As I say, remember, tuck this wire down before you cable tie it. So it's, you know, it goes down here because you're going to need this area for when the cover goes on. So if you leave that tight, straight down there, and don't leave this slack, you're going to have trouble getting the cover on. And then obviously make sure you've got 135mm of cable left there for something that is going to be going at the bottom here somewhere. Okay, so after that, that's the wiring done. We are now going to need this large plastic case that we got with these details that slid in the sides, and then we can fit that after shortly. So we're going to need, we're going to need that. We're going to need the proximity sensor, which is that white thing with the plug on, which we got in an earlier issue. So I'm going to undo this. Okay. So the first job we need to do is put this in the hole. And I'm just going to, there we go, sorry, I just adjusted the lighting, it was a bit bright. Yeah, you've got this hole here, so all we need to be doing is from the top, push that down into the hole like so. So then it goes through there, and then push that down. And that should sort of, it's like made of rubber, so it sort of keeps itself in there. So then you should have that like so. And then what we need to do is put the other end of this cable down through the hole so it comes out the back. I've just lost a bit of detail, so make sure your detail doesn't fall out the side when you do this. Okay, so then we've got that. And then the next job we need to do is the two cables at the bottom of the, well, the top of the leg here. These two connectors will be going through also. Out the bottom, like so. And then what we can do is we can turn this over, turn this round even. And fix that. I've just lost a bit more. The detail keeps falling out on the sides here, so it might be worth a bit of glue possibly, but move this silver piece down again. Oh, sorry, let me just lift that up. Okay, let me have a little look at this. I think it might be a good idea to... I think these cable ties are causing a bit of an issue, so make sure the top of the cable tie, you know, like the square connector bit, is right at the top. I think that is the key, because it isn't fitting very easily for me. We'll have another go. Okay. There's still something not quite right. It's just been a little bit awkward. I might have to cut this in a minute and work out what's happening and then come back to you. It could just be, it's just one of those fiddly jobs, but we have another go. Oh, there you go. It does fit on. But it doesn't like... Oh, there you go. No, that should be okay. We're going to try that. Okay, so what we need to do now is we've got to fix that. Alright, so squeeze the bottom together, and then we want to pull this silver part up. And then we want to turn this over and fix this part on to the front. Okay, and then last of all we need also this bottom part. So once you've moved this silver part up, that will fit in there like so. Oh no, forget me, I'm skipping one step, so I'll take that back out. After you've put this top bit on, we can then turn it over. And start screwing down. So we're going to be using the black screws, which are the 6mm ones. And then we want to put one in every hole that's in this, you know, from the silver bit up. So I'm going to start that now. So one there. Nope. I'm going to try and get one here to secure this top part. So it's nice to have got rid of a lot of loose parts as well, because obviously this issue uses up a lot of these these odd white bits that we had lying about from previously. Right, let me just check. I think I've got one more screw, that's it, just in here. There we go, so that's that part. Okay, so we've got the motor attached there, enough wire in there that we need, and then the rest of the cables will be coming out the top through there. Okay, now before I jump to step, we need this part. If we turn this back over to go on the front, like so, and then we need to turn it over, and with another one of those black screws we're just going to move this wire out of the way, and you see there's a, if I just unplug that for a minute, there's a screw hole just there where we shall affix. Nope. Oh god, and this is nice and trying, especially when the screwdriver is not very good. There we go. I'm just going to support that. I'll screw that in like so. Okay, and then the next bit we are going to need is the other white part we had, and these two plastic bits that we screwed those blue bits onto a little while ago. So what we're going to do is push fit these back, well, push fit these onto the side of that like so. They will only go one way, it will look, you know, it's obvious which way they go. It obviously runs with the pattern on that piece of plastic, so we're just going to pop them on there like so. Okay, and then this is where we needed that slack with the cable, so I'm actually going to plug that back in for the moment. And then we want to pop that on there like so. So again, we've got the wires that run under the bottom of that. That's why I said about leaving a little bit slack. Okay, I'm just going to adjust that wire because that will grind on me. There we go. And then what we're going to do is just put 4 screws into those 4 holes. So that's 1. Oh. I really need to get these magnetised, but I haven't got a magnet that's strong enough to cope with it, or do the job, shall I say. There we go. So there we are, the top of the leg, there's the bottom. Obviously you've got this wire. And then, yeah, we're getting there. And that is it. That is as far as we go with issue 30. So there you go, guys. That was issue 30. Now that was a nice long one. A little bit trying at times. I wasn't quite sure. I think that the cable ties should have been a bit smaller, really, like the bit that how they work. But I think it was stopping the cover going down quite flush. But it seems to be alright, you know, when you hold it down and screw it all in, it seems to hold nicely in place, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, that is all for issue 30, as I say, and I'll see you shortly for issue 31, and we'll see if it's as time consuming as this one. Take care, guys.